Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts, and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody, let's take a look again on the Forex market and euro currency in particular. Well, in recent week it was really tough and investors already are tired from the unstoppable news and news media concerning the elections, about voting calculation, counting and so on. So currently, just do not bother to you with the same stuff that we discussed this week in depth. The problems, different scenarios. I would say that currently we have just two scenarios. First is mostly theoretical. We call it as a stormy scenario. If this will happen, if Donald Trump will succeed in contesting of the results. So in this case, it could be really storm on the markets. That's all rally that we see right now probably will be unwounded, and this could lead to the, as a first reaction, significant drop on the market, so significant strength of the United States dollar temporarily. But in a longer term and medium term scenario, in a medium term perspective, both scenarios lead to the same conclusion, that within the few months, the United States dollar will become weaker. Because, well, speaking in two words, whoever will win in the elections, first of all, it will take some time in the power transition. Second, applying of the most stimulus to the economy, whoever will win, so no Trump, the stimulus will be a bit smaller, and Joe Biden stimulus will be a bit greater. It will be provide more dilution of the value of the United States dollar. Second, despite whoever will become the president, it will meet the problems of the pandemic that should be resolved. At that moment, where all this stuff happens, Europe probably, European Union, and Great Britain already will finish the current lockdown that should last for 4, maybe 6 weeks approximately. And they will come out from the slowdown of the economy faster. And that reasons why we think that euro currency will appreciate in the longer term. Besides, with more stimulus and holding treasury yields and the low levels by the Fed quantitative easing program will point to the hidden inflation that will be resulted in devaluation of the United States dollar. It will be slowly, but real rates will continue dropping as inflation starts to rising while the nominal rates will stand at the same level. That will press on the value of the United States dollar in a long-term perspective. That's the reasons why we think, so despite who will win, what measures will be taken, in a longer term perspective, this will be the same conclusion. So we describe these scenarios in detail in our report as usual, so you could read with more detail and more precision what we have said. But in the shorter term, the price action could be different. So as I said, victory of the Biden will probably lead to upward continuation, at least in the short term, especially if we will get the blue wave. So currently it still stands under question, but if we will get it, there will be also emotional jump immediately after this news. If Donald Trump, as I said, will succeed in contesting of the results, and finally he will become the president and get the second term, short-term reaction will be to the downside, or will lead to the deeper retracement. From that standpoint, I would like to show you the monthly chart on the euro, guys, and here we see the interesting similarity. So take a look. That was the triangle reversal in the 2000 even. This reversal, guys, has happened in a moment. That was the president's run in 2000 even between the George Bush and Albert Gore. If you remember, that George Bush was a Republican. Result of this election was the 5-4 voting in the Supreme Court in favor of the George Bush. So that was the last time when the elections were resolved result of the presidency has been resolved in the Supreme Court. Here's take a look at the shape price action that we have currently, very similar to what we have right here. So this means nothing. So it doesn't mean that we will have the same results, or it just shows the shape. Why we think that the first reaction on the victory of the Donald Trump could be to the downside. It could just repeat the shape of the reversal. So initially it could be retracement, deeper retracement on the market, and then upward action. But that is concerning just on the long-term situation. Anyway, we see the upper target within some few months perspective starting from the 125, and then actually this was some chain of the target starting from the 125, then the 28 and 130. So approximately, and on average, the 128 areas will be the next transition point on the euro within the 3-4 months probably. In the shorter term, what we have? Overall situation stands bullish as the central scenario stands with the Biden victory, and market mostly priced in this scenario. By the official statement, the calculation of the votes could last till the end of the next week. So we could appear in some information vacuum when the results will be postponed, and it will be the week of the calculations. So on this background, despite we have the strong bullish context, so we have the reversal swing, bullish reversal swing to the upside. On the weekly chart, this is bullish reversal candle. Its potential suggests further upward action, and we think that this top should be challenged sooner rather than later if the central scenario will hold. Here we also have the divergence, but take a look. With the less information on potential on the coming week and standing at the overbought, forming the reversal swing, technically it doesn't confront to the idea of the possible pullback. The patterns could be formed absolutely different. So initially we thought that maybe it could be the double bottom, right? So if here will be minor retracement, once we could get the immediate upward reversal and upward action, maybe information will come faster, calculation will be over faster, something. So with the minor pullback here, its immediate upward action could start to the upside, this double bottom pattern. If it will take a bit longer, well, something that looks like hand and shoulders. This, of course, not a hand and shoulders because here's market has not reached the neckline, right? But through deeper retracement here on the hourly chart, this could be 117.20, and then market could reverse up again. So that's approximately what we will consider in the coming week. As you can see with the pattern that we have here, we discussed it on Friday. Our pennant has been broken, as was suggested, but market slightly hasn't reached the XOP target. It stands 119 area. So it's 30 pips above the market. We suggest that market probably will try to hit it in the beginning of the week, reach the XOP, and then the pullback could start. So these levels are based on the XOP target, not on the current top, but on the 1930 top. So it's XOP. Most probable that we will get the pullback either to the 1840 or 18 even. So that's two most probable levels where market could drop as a pullback, and in the case if indeed the results will be postponed and actually we will not have some sufficient information for the market to push it higher, market could turn just to the moderate pullback waiting for the results. So as you can see, in general, the major events, major information stands on the higher time frames and stands in relation mostly to the fundamental background. In the shorter term, overall situation not as interesting, so in the beginning of the week we are waiting for reaching of the XOP, then we'll start to watching for some extensions maybe to the downside. That could show us precisely what levels could be reached. Maybe some patterns will be formed or something of that sort. And then we will start to consider possible taking a long position on some supports that we have here, if of course the fundamental background will not change. So you understand, it's needless to say that technical picture has relation to the particular fundamental background that currently suggests the victory of the Biden. If fundamental background will change, the technical picture will have no sense because it will be crushed and we will have to change the opinion drastically. But currently, we are following the same vector, we're following the same trend and trying to make decision in the information that we have.